Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
Next type of tissue is the connective tissue. Alright, so connective, as the name suggests, they connect different parts of the body together and help in efficient functioning. So, main function is they connect and anchor the organs. Apart from this, they also help in binding, supporting, and also the packaging tissue. Wherever there is a blank space between organs or in between organs, the connective tissues are present. Then cells are loosely spaced. They are embedded in intercellular matrix. This is a very important characteristic feature of a connective tissue. There is a matrix. The cells are embedded in the matrix. Alright. The type of the matrix depends upon the type of the connective tissue and what function they have to perform. The matrix can be jelly-like. Alright. It can be fluid, like in case of blood. It can be very hard, dense, or it can be rigid, depending upon the type of connective tissue. So let's study different types of connective tissue and their function. First type of connective tissue is blood. Alright, as you all know, blood is a very important type of tissue in our body. It helps in transportation of nutrients from one place to another. For example, you are breathing in, alright, so oxygen is present in the lungs. Now this oxygen has to be transported to all parts of the body. So how does it happen? It happens through blood. Blood takes up the oxygen and then it circulates in the body and provides oxygen to all parts. Similarly, all the cells of our body are metabolically active. They are producing certain products which are harmful. These are called waste products. So blood collects the waste products and then transports it to excretory organs like liver, or carbon dioxide is transported to lungs. Then urea is transported to kidneys. Like that, it helps in transportation of various materials from one place to another, one part of the body to another part of the body. So blood is called a fluid connective tissue because it flows, it is liquid. It has a fluid matrix which is known as the blood plasma. So if the question is which name the fluid connective tissue, that is actually the blood. The question, they are asking you about the blood itself. Then the main function, blood transports nutrients, hormones, oxygens, many other things from one part of the body to another. It also transports excretory products from tissues to kidney. The various types of cells present in the plasma are RBCs, WBCs and platelets. So a little detail about these types of cells. First is RBCs, or the red blood corpuscles. They contain hemoglobin, which is a red color pigment. Hemoglobin is made from the mineral iron. It carries oxygen to the tissues for oxidation of food. It is a carrier actually, respiratory carrier, because it takes up oxygen from the lungs and carries it to different parts of the body. Next is the WBCs, or white blood cells. They produce antibodies to destroy the germs. So if any kind of pathogen enters our body, WBCs produce antigens to destroy them. Next is the platelets. Platelets are special types of cells which help in the clotting of blood. If in case there is any injury or any wound, the platelets, they join together to clot that wound or that cut. So it prevents the blood loss. So these are the different types of cells present in the blood and their function. The main function of blood is transportation, and different cells perform different other types of function. So the next type of connective tissue is bone. So all of you know about the bone. Okay, they are hard, they are stiff, they are the skeletal framework of our body. So they are strong and non-flexible. The cells are embedded in hard matrix. The matrix is composed of salts of calcium and phosphorus. As I just told you, what is matrix? Whatever material is present in between the cells is called matrix. So in blood, it was fluid matrix, which is called plasma. In bone, the matrix is made up of salts of calcium and phosphorus, which makes them hard. The function is to provide shape and skeletal support to our body. It also protects the vital organs. Like brain is protected by the skull, then heart and lungs are protected by the rib cage. So it protects the inner delicate organs. It also anchors the muscles. Muscles are attached to the bones and then they help in the movement of our limbs. Then these bones are porous. So next is type of connective tissue is cartilage. With these characteristics, you will be able to differentiate between bone and cartilage. Cartilage is firm, although it is strong, but it is slightly flexible and elastic. The cells are widely spaced out, and the matrix is made up of proteins, sugars, calcium and calcium salts. Where are they present? They are present at the joints. Between any two bones, the cartilage is present. So whenever we move the joint, it smoothens it. So it doesn't cause wear and tear of the bones. It prevents that. They are also present in the body parts like ear, nose, trachea and larynx. You can feel the ears, they are not made up of bones, they are flexible. Although it is strong and hard, but they are flexible, they are elastic. And it provides support and flexibility. These are non-porous. See, as you can see, you can easily differentiate between bone and cartilage through these characteristic features. The next type of connective tissues are ligaments and tendons. Alright, so ligaments and tendons, together they are called fibrous connective tissue because the matrix is made up of fibers. So you can be asked to differentiate between ligaments and tendons. Ligaments are highly elastic, they are very strong, they have little matrix, they are fibrous connective tissue, they connect bone to bone. This is the main point, they connect bones to bones. The matrix is made up of white and yellow fibers. On the other hand, tendons have limited flexibility. As just compare, ligaments are highly elastic, tendons are inelastic. They are also strong, they are also fibrous connective tissue, but the main point, they join muscles to the bones and the matrix is made up of white fibers. So two main differences between ligaments and tendons. Ligaments are elastic and they connect bone to bone. On the other hand, tendons are inelastic, they connect bone to the muscles. Both are fibrous connective tissues. Next, other two types of connective tissues are areolar and adipose. Areolar, they are loose connective tissue. They are the most widely distributed tissue in our body. So if the question is asked, which is the most widely distributed tissue, most widely found tissue in an animal body, that is the areolar tissue, because it is actually the packaging tissue. So wherever there is a space between the organs or in between two organs, it is filled up with the areolar tissue. It is present between the skin and the muscles, around the blood vessels, around nerves and spaces inside the organs. It is a packaging tissue between organs, so it supports the internal organs. It helps in the repairing of the tissues and it fixes the skin to the muscles. So these are the functions. The adipose tissue, on the other hand, cells are rounded. They contain tiny droplet of fat. They are present below the skin and in between organs. So they act as fat reservoir. So they store the fat. Whenever body is on fasting or nutrients are not available, these tissues, they provide the fat for the energy. They also act as an insulator. Basically, fats, they absorb the heat. So they reduce the heat loss and they keep the body warm. So two main functions of this adipose tissues are fat reservoir and insulator, that is keeping the body warm. So these were the different types of connective tissue which we discussed. The blood, which is the fluid connective tissue, then bone and cartilage, which form the framework, then tendons and ligaments, which actually join bones to muscles and as well as to other bones. Then we did areolar and adipose tissues. These are different types of connective tissues. Alright, look at this diagram. This is areolar tissues. Okay, so cells are widely spaced with a lot of matrix in between. Then these are adipose tissues. You can see there is a large fat droplet in the tissue, fat droplet, alright, with nucleus, and the matrix is also there. This is compact bone. You can see hard matrix cells with matrix made up of salts of calcium and phosphorus. But the bones are porous. Although they are hard, they are strong, but they are porous. Then this is the cartilage, which is actually flexible. And the types of blood, the blood cells, RBCs, WBCs, platelets, different types of blood cells. So this diagram will give you an idea about how connective tissues are actually, they're structurally, how they are different from each other.